So for years, CCTV and alarm systems were basically locked behind installers. Everybody thinks, we need an installer to do this job. We can't do it ourselves. But if you want a proper security, I'm talking AI features, line crossing, intrusion zones, smart alerts, set up all moving objects and things like that. So you needed a technician, an installer code, maybe even a laptop with proprietary software. Now things are changing, and it's changing rapidly. Today we are talking about rise of consumer-friendly professional CCTV and why this might be one of the biggest shifts in the security industry in the last decade. Back in the days, installing CCTV mean you have to set up a port forwarding. So you have to set up manual IP address, and you could set it with your router. You have to set network settings and all sorts of complicated web interfaces. Installers only access codes and keypad programming, calling someone out just to change the setting. Small matters is still a bigger issue. It wasn't that friendly because the people thought the security is more powerful but not accessible. And for homeowners, it felt like enterprise tech in your garage. The shift, the pro grade meets plug and play. Here is where things get interesting. The biggest manufacturer in the world are redesigning their system for the end users. They are not only for CCTV, they have been in the game for a long time. They used to do networking and everything. So I'm talking about one big player. So they're not cheap Wi-Fi cameras. I'm talking about professional grade PoE cameras, AI detection, 4K recording, but with simple mobile apps. Plug in one cable, scan the QR code, bang you go. That's the new reality. Now the TP-Link, you must have heard TP-Link, not from only cameras, but for other network products. They have new VG and Insight cameras. That's the pioneer move. If there's one brand that really learned into this early, that's TP-Link. They are very smart. They already dominate the networking. So when they enter the CCTV with the VG and Insight range, they brought that networking simplicity with them. Most of the cameras got full color night vision, human and vehicle AI detection, line crossing, intrusion zones, smart notification. But here's the difference. You configure all of it from your own mobile phone. No installer software, no complex backend menus, no low programming, and it feels like setting up a Wi-Fi router. It's just simple, straightforward. Except you're deploying a full surveillance system. And the PoE side, one Ethernet cable for power and data. Clean, simple, reliable. And residential installs are easier than ever. What used to be half a day install with a technician is now something homeowners can confidently do it themselves. But only thing is, I know there's a part which you have to do running cables and all. Once everything is done, if you've got a system, we are going to replacing or upgrade, and you can do it really straightforward. You can do it yourself, no problem. You have to mount the camera, that obviously, and run Ethernet cable and connect to the PoE NVR. Once you connect the recorder to the network, and behind the recorder you have the QR code where you can scan the QR code and use the QR code to program the whole NVR. And this is not a budget type gear. This is just proper commercial grade hardware. They're pretty solid hardware. Mind you, all these settings and how to do setups will giving you all sorts of setting procedures and how to do the settings. So you will learn how to do it. That's easy. So, and it's not just one company. All these big major players like Dahua, Hikvision, Univive, Hilux, they all are trying to follow the system. They're all redesigning all their interfaces. Cleaner apps, auto device detection, step-by-step guides, and even the barrier to entry is dropping without dropping performances. And other thing is, alarm systems are also changing too. Even before, programming alarm is a big deal. But now, it's so user-friendly, they're just as good as cameras. Look at modern wireless alarm systems, just like, if you have heard about Dahua or Hikvision, it's Dahua Air Shield and Hikvision X Pro. They are the major wireless alarm systems, or they are wired as well. And pairing, and they are all app-based configuration. And the biggest change, no more installer lockouts. You don't need a technician to adjust zones or notifications because they're all in the app. Everything is in your mobile phone. So there's a huge shift in control. And the biggest change, no more installer lockouts. You don't need a technician to adjust zones or notifications. Everything is in your hand. That's a huge shift in control. Why this matters? The evolution changed three big things. Accessibility, more homeowners can install proper systems. Cost, less labor, means lower overall investment. And control, you manage your own security. But there's a key. This isn't a DIY replacing professional gear. But this is professional gear becoming user-friendly. Does this replace installers? Not entirely, to a certain level. For large commercial sites, warehouses, multi-building integrations, of course you need installers because they are still professional territory. But residential and small business, the gap is closing rapidly. The future of security. We are moving towards hybrid models as well. Professional hardware, consumer level usability, all built-in mobile-first management, and security is no longer something you hand over and forget because it's something you control. And honestly, that's a good thing. So if you are planning your next CCTV or alarm setup, this is the moment to look at these newer systems. So you can log into our CCTV importers website. We will have so many products in this range. And if you have any questions, you can call us or you can email us. That is for this one. So let me know what you think about the shift towards consumer-friendly security. And if you're happy, if you like this episode, please subscribe to CCTV Tradie, and thank you.